Peace, family. This is Dr. Sadiki Baye coming to you once again, as usual. Um, Thanking you for blessing me with the opportunity to enter into your home and to share with you what I have been blessed with by the Creator in honor of our ancestors, or our ancestors in honor of our Creator. We're all one. But, family, I'd like to encourage you to view my videos of different topics that are essential to our growth and our development. Because once again, a lot has happened to us, which got us really off balance, and we must regain our balance as the original people, as the natives of this earth, the chosen ones, that are hated and despised by all others. And when you study history, you will see that. So I don't have to exaggerate, just tell it like it is. So, family, once you view my videos, then pass it on because information will expand your world. And they put us in a box, in a matchbox, the smallest box. You know what I mean? And everywhere you go in a box, there's a dead end. You can do the moonwalk, dead end, camel walk, the dead end, the slide, dead end. So we must come out of the box and get on the 360 and keep it moving. So we are 360. We are complete. But a lot has happened to us, and I pray that I influence you with the information that I'm giving you to come out of the box and be who we really are, which are the eagles that fly high, and one of the most powerful bird. So, family, I'm excited today once again on this topic that I want to share with you, and the topic is on roots. Roots. So, what does root mean? Okay, where root means the cause, the source, and the origin of something or a person. In other words, something or someone established firmly and deeply. Wow. Established firmly and deeply. Mm. So a person, family, a person, or a person's roots is its original or um, its true home, its original or true culture, and its original and true environment. And we must understand that. So black folks over here in this country, in these Americas, which is whether it's North America, Central America, South America, or even throughout the world, our roots are in Africa, El Cabalon, along the Nile Valley, where the Nile River is. And if you think about it, family, the Nile River runs north. So what other river do you know that runs north? Because rivers usually run south, but we're always going north. And when you look at the Nile River, not only does the Nile River run north, the base of the Nile River is black. Woo! Wow. So let's understand that, family. We must study to show our self-approval. But they got us so bogged down with surviving because we've been in this 500 year of illusions, you know what I mean, of these dreams, that we need to come out of and face our reality of the original people. So black folks in this country and all over the world, we've been duped into the matrix that others had created for us, but we must come out of it, and we must come out of it together. We got in this mess together, and we must come out of this mess together. So family, when you look at family roots is the origin family, or the particular place where we come from and the experiences that we had living there. Family roots. So also family, individuals are nothing without roots. Individuals are nothing without roots. So therefore, we must find our roots. We must embrace our roots. We must understand our roots in order that we can cultivate, can enrich our cultural soil in which we were born. We must enrich our soil in which we were born by finding our roots. Everybody's scared of that. Other people are scared of that. They don't want us to know our roots. So they got us all over the place. This old integration that they created, which took us back at least 100 years, faking us out to believe that everybody's equal. How can you be equal to something that had a 500-year jump on you and had total control over you? Keep in mind, family, we weren't allowed to read. We weren't allowed to either gather together no more than 3 at a time. This is how powerful that they knew we were, and we are their greatest fear. Look at how they treat us. If we were all that stupid and stupid people, you don't have to control. They will control themselves out of stupidity. But they all know our potential. They know our reality. In order to control a people or to enslave them, you must study them first. Once you study them, then you can devise a strategy on how to control them. And that's what happened. So we must get our roots back, family. We must know that our roots is in Africa, where the original man existed. And that's a beautiful thing to know, that we are the original. We are the first. We are the chosen ones. But they don't want us to know that, but we must know it. So family, the root meaning of words is what in the function is called etymology. Anytime you see ology on the end of a word, that means the study of. So we talk about etymology, which is the original meaning and roots of a word and the functions of words. But keep in mind, we weren't allowed to read just a minute ago. And that's why we have problems processing words and terms. So they end up playing the word game on us. So let us understand that we were duped into this illusion. And when you play the word game, you've been keeping words away from somebody, and then all of a sudden they say, yeah, you can go ahead on and read. Don't you know by that time that those words and terms have been changed many times over throughout history? Look in the dictionary and look at one word. Look at how many meanings are there with one word. This is how they play us. They tell us that it means this, and then all of a sudden, when it's time to take care of business, it means something else. This is the trickery, family. We have been bamboozled. We have been lied to by somebody else's language, really, because English is not our language. It's somebody else's language. As a matter of fact, it's not even a pure language. It's European languages thrown together. And the three major languages is Latin, French, and German, even though a lot of others were thrown in there. And these so-called Spanish people today, the Mexicans and the South Americans and Central Americans, they speak Spanish, which the root of Spanish is Latin. And those people were originally us until the conquistadors came over here from Spain and killed the majority of the males and planted their seeds in the females. Now they speak in a different language and got a different religion and got a different way of life. So they actually tampered with their roots. And most of them don't even know who they are. And we don't either. So I am here, family, as a servant, a person that will prayerfully motivate you, inspire you, and encourage you to find your roots. Because a person without roots will soon fall. And don't you know, in this country, they have created anxiety. They have created frustration. They have created stress. They have created depression. And all those kind of things will lead you to erosion, mental erosion, and decay. And the final results is death. Keep in mind, family, that the environment always dictates, and look at the environment that they created for us. The living conditions we call neighborhoods and projects and stuff like that, they're nothing but concentration camps. Wherever they move, we got to go the other way. That's why there's regentrification that's going on right now, and where we are, they want it back now because we made the best out of it, so it's convenient all of a sudden for them. Because out there in the suburbs, the land is falling, the houses are cracking, and all over the place. Everything is crazy. So they want to come on back where we are and send us somewhere else. So what do? They raise the taxes. You know what I mean? They raise everything that we can't match because we forgot to prepare. We forgot to pay attention to their patterns because we're so busy at each other, blaming each other. The things that happen to us, all of it is not our fault. But we still have an obligation, responsibility to do something about it. So we must come together, but we must know our roots. And when you see a forest, look at all the trees. Don't you know below that ground, all roots are connected, so they support each other. Let's be like the tree by the rivers of water and live forever. We are Alpha and Omega, family. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them school you. So, family, study your history. We know their history. Let's study our history or our story so that we will know our reality. So, family, the word game they play on us, be aware of that. The numbers game they play on us, be aware of that. They're nothing but game players. They are the ones who create the matrix, which creates all they do is create illusions and all these dreams. What about the American dream? Even their own people find out that the American dream is nothing but a hoax. And they can't even take it. That's why some of them commit suicide and some of them just go crazy. But we used to all of that nonsense. But we must embrace each other and come out of it together. Because because the ones who develop the matrix have to have people, have to have human beings to feed on in order to exist. And we are always the number one targets, and particularly the black man, the seed carrier. The females are the land, and we are the seed carriers. What good is the land and you have no seeds? What good are the seeds and you have no land? We need each other in order to produce the harvest, which is our children, which will guarantee our future. Just like an ear of corn, look at all the kernels that's on one ear of corn. You plant each one and it produces a stalk which produces 7 ears. Look at the watermelon. Look at the cucumber. You know, that's just an example of how many seeds they have in each one of them. That's us, and that's what Kwanzaa is all about. It's about ensuring our existence by uplifting the 7 principles, these universal principles in which all religions should embrace. Doesn't matter what your religion is. We talk about universal principles that they faking us out to believe that's a religion. It's not a religion. It's universal principles. And any religion that doesn't embrace those principles are faking you out. Be aware of that. So, family, why are roots so important? Why? Ask yourself that. Because let me tell you what it is. Because it provides the anchor of keeping us grounded. The roots provides the anchor that keeps us grounded. Wow. Not only keep us grounded, which is our lifeline to the Creator and our ancestors, but it enriches us to and it energizes us, to keep on growing and keep on transforming. That's why roots are so important. It provides us with the anchor to keep us grounded. And it keep us grounded to connect with our ancestors and our Creator, which energizes us to continue to grow and to continue to transform. And when you have no roots, that doesn't happen. You don't grow and you don't transform. You just stuck. And too many of us are stuck. And we have to acknowledge that in order to do something about it. How can you devise a strategy when you don't even know where you are or what need to be adjusted to? So that's the purpose of the roots. It provides us with an anchor to keep us grounded. That's just like the science of electricity. Everything is about science. We are science. So if science is not involved, then it's not real. So the science of electricity, if the electricity is not grounded, then it flickers on and off at any moment. Isn't that what happened to us in life? Flickering on and off. 1 minute we this, next minute we that. But when you're grounded, you're consistent, you have a balance. And everything is about balance. So somebody took us off of our square and we're not balanced anymore. But we must go Sankofa, go back and get it and bring it up and validate it. That's what they're afraid of. And the main thing is for them to never allow a Messiah to be developed ever again. That's their greatest fear, the black leadership. Not the black skin, But the black mind, don't be fooled by the appearance. Because the reality is within. As within, so without. So family, roots are very important. How can you even exist if you have no roots? And those things and those people with no roots will soon fall, will soon erode, will soon decay, and it will soon die. Mm, wow. When you remember your roots, family, when you remember your roots, what happens when you do that? It causes you to stay strong. It causes you to be strong. Stay strong. You know, when the wind comes, when the winds of life come, you won't break. You will stand tall or you will bend with the wind. Be flexible. Be open, family. Sometimes we're too stiff. And when the wind comes of this world, then we break. And we have to be aware of that. We must honor and represent those before us. Because whatever we're going through, just imagine what they went through. So every generation should get better. This is how you honor and represent. You stand on their shoulders, like I mentioned about the totem pole. And I can't say that enough. That we were told that the one at the bottom of the totem pole is the weakest, is the lowest of everything. But when in fact, how can that be if the one at the bottom is carrying everybody else? Use your God-given senses, family. Don't let them school you. Don't let them fool you. We are the creators of the totem pole. Don't let a foreigner tell you teach you about your reality. You think they're going to tell you the truth? No, they're going to make themselves look all beautiful and teach us that we are beneath them. How can an eagle be beneath a chicken when both of them are birds? We go to schools for chickens. We go to these religious buildings for chickens. We go to these chicken jobs. Or these organizations are nothing but for chickens, clucking and picking at the ground. When eagles fly high. As a matter of fact, eagles eat chickens, and they don't want us to know that. I can't say that enough, family. Repetition is the key to learning. That's why I say things over and over again. Prayerfully, you'll get it. And we have to get it together. We got in this mess together, and we got to come out together. Unity is the key. And until we get community back, nothing will change. Common unity, community. We have to work hard and smart to get that back. Then we'll be like the beehive. You mess with one, you got to deal with all of us. But there's too much division going on. They handpick some of us and give us a job and say, I don't hate black folks. You know, look, I gave them a job. We got one in the corporate structure. You know, my best friend is black. That doesn't mean that you don't hate black folks because you got one person that you call your friend. But are they really your friend? Or are they something that you use to protect you or to create an illusion that you're not a racist? They don't want to hear that, family. That's why I wrote the book, Raw Food for Thought. We need to hear it raw. We need to get it without it being mixed or seasoned or sweetened or flipped. We need to go etymology. We need to study the beginning of things, the beginning of words and how they function. The beginning. That's what Genesis means, in the beginning. That's when all hell broke loose. But they don't want us to study Genesis. Genesis. They want us to get into this New Testament, which are for heathens and for wretches and all of that. Like they say, once a sinner, always a sinner. Are you for real? You better speak for yourself. And if that's true, then how can you grow? How can you transform? So you see the contradiction? Let's not go for the fake moves, family. Because I once was lost, but now I'm found. And all of us should be able to say that and mean it. So let's get back into this root thing, family, in which we are the roots for all mankind. We are the original. So we are the roots. We used to be deep rooted. They used to call us root people. Remember that? They even called the healer the root man, the root woman, as though that's something bad. You know, they made everything about us bad. But we need to study to find out our reality. So, how do you stay rooted? That is very important. It's one thing to be rooted, but how do you stay rooted? There's three things that come to my mind that will assist you in staying rooted. And the first one is to watch your inner self, Keep a mental watch or eye on your inner self, because that's where the presence and the power of God lies, within. Always be mindful of your inner self, because that's where your reality lies, and you can tap into it anytime that's necessary. So the first one is to watch your inner self. The second one is to watch your thoughts. Not only your thoughts, but watch your thought activity. That's what I was looking for. Watch your thought activity. In other words, keep a mental awareness or watchful eye on what's going on inside of you. Your activity, what's going on in your mind or within. Because some things we need to delete and some things we need to embrace. And since we are the eagles, we have to know when to hold and know when to fold. Some things we just got to let go. Certain people we just got to let go and let God. We have to do that, and you have to be intentional about that, family. It's not going to happen automatically. You have to be intentional about everything about yourself, especially when you're learning, especially when you're transforming, especially when you're adjusting, especially when you're changing, especially when you're metamorphosing. You have to be intentional about everything about yourself until you get that rhythm. The rhythm, the frequency is what will keep you going. So we got to step it up, family. And the third thing is keep a watchful eye on your mental patterns. Yes. See, my mind is speeding here. And that's okay, because I'm excited about what I want to share with you. Your mental patterns. Some of us going in circles, chasing our tail. That's why the same things keep on happening over and over and over and over again. And that's when a lot of people give up and give in. We have to stop chasing our tail. We have to change our mental pattern in order to get us where we want to go, to get the results that we desire. So there's three things, family. Again, the first one is keep a watchful eye or mental eye on your inner self. The second one is to keep a watchful eye on uh, your uh, um, mental thoughts or your mental or thought activity. That's what I want to say, thought activity. And the third one is keep a watchful eye on your mental pattern. We have to change our pattern because it's not working. The patterns that somebody else gave us. We got to man up. We got to woman up. We got to mind up. We have to own up. Because look at what's happening to our children. And unfortunately, we are blaming them. They didn't come here that way. They developed into that. So some of us let them down. Not enough of us are being the example. And they demonizing our children, especially the black male. Demonizing. And we have the audacity to join the enemy without even looking at the cause. Because the system only deals with effects and symptoms. They don't deal with causes and prevention. They can't make no money off of that. They can't control you off of that. So they got to create all these illusions. Be aware of that, family. Don't let them divide us. All children are our children. And we have to be there for one another, for each other, in order to have a great future. In spite of all the hell that we have caught and still catching. We are the greatest, and they know that. They know that. Muhammad Ali was a great example of that. I am the greatest. Uh, James Brown, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. We have to embrace that energy, family, and turn this thing around because we need each other more than ever before. And let's keep in mind that all of those three things is what forms our ego. And what I mean by that, it forms our self-worth, our self-value, our self-esteem. And this is what we have to raise those levels up. But let's do it together. Nothing like unity. Nothing like relationship. No man is an island, no man stands alone. We didn't get here by ourselves, we're not going to make it by ourselves. Not with balance. So family, let's now just going to get us to synonyms and antonyms, because I always give that, as you know. The synonyms of roots of the term roots are, there's many of them, but they are grounded in, based on, fixed in, deep-seated in, embedded in, and ingrained in. Now, those are similar to roots. Now, the opposite is antonyms. So what do? Just put a prefix on it, which is dis, D-I-S, which means not, or let's just say not. Okay, not grounded in, not based in, not fixed in, not deep-seated in, not embedded in, and not ingrained in. We must know both sides, family, and get to the middle where the balance is. So in conclusion, family, I'd like to share this with you. Remember that all roots are direct sources of food, of nutrients, of energy, and of life. Remember that roots are the key to it all. It gives you direct food, direct nutrients, direct energy. Direct. So, when your roots are deep, you don't have to be overly concerned about the winds and the storms of life. The deeper your roots are, the better chance you have to overcome the winds and the storms of life. But we're shallow right now. So all they got to do is say, oh, Corona is going around. What is this other one? Uh, what is this? Imatron? Whatever this other thing is, it's selling some kind of space stuff. They scare us with these terms, family, but it doesn't matter because it's all about your immune system. And your immune system is determined by your roots, the strength of your immune system. Don't forget that the roots it gives you direct food, nutrients, energy. So we have to be deep rooted again, and it comes through each other. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that beautiful? Relationship is the key. So when the roots cling together, it strengthens each other. It feeds each other. It nourishes each other. It energizes each other. So you'll be here forever. So family, people that have no roots or don't remember their roots, they do that intentionally. They don't care enough. They don't care about their roots. And that's why all this hell is happening to a lot of us, too many of us, because we forget about our roots. We forget to strengthen our roots. We forget to connect our roots. We forget to value our roots. We forget to grow our roots. Understand the significance of our roots, which are nothing but connecting to the source, which is our creator and our ancestors, which we should be connected to. Because keep in mind, we are the ancestors having a human experience. Remember that, family, at all times. And keep in mind, no roots, no life. All choices, in conclusion, family, all choices have a future. And choices are seeds. So when you plant the seeds or you make your choices, that will determine your harvest. So let's plant our seeds on fertile soil so that we can produce deep roots that will nourish us forever. So family, I love you, I bless you, and I want you to prosper. Do your best and let God do the rest. Stay strong and keep your faith where it belongs. Keep your head towards the universe where all strength comes from, and never give up and never, ever, ever, ever give in, no matter how things seem, because everything is, always was, and always will be in divine order. Learn from your mistakes and you'll always be a winner. Keep your lights on and keep them bright at all times. Family, right thinking, right giving, and right eating is holistic with God in the center. That's the pyramid. That's family. So family, happy new life, happy new journey, happy new you. This is Dr. Sadiki, your servant. Until the next time, love with respect. Peace, Hotep, and Baraka.